to prove that the vast majority of Americans, even if our voices aren't always the loudest or most extreme, care enough about a little boy like Daniel to come together and take common sense steps to save lives and protect more of our children. Now, I want to be absolutely clear at the start. I've said this over and over again. This also becomes routine. There's a ritual about this whole thing that I have to do. I've said this over and over again. This also becomes routine. There's a ritual about this whole thing that I have to do. I believe in the Second Amendment. It's there written on the paper. This also becomes routine. There's a ritual about this whole thing that I have to do. I believe.
All right, guys, let me stop this. Let me stop this scam while we're watching this right now. This is Joey Averidge. How you doing? This is Obama and the gun control speech that he's about to lay down on the, that bill they signed during the holidays again, when nobody even knew about what's going on. That executive amendment to the gun, to the Constitution, actually to the Second Amendment Constitution. The right to bear arms from an American. Let's listen in again at what he just said. I'm sure you heard what he said. And I continue to tell you about the words that they talk and they say mean everything.
The start. I've said this over and over again.
And I mean that.
This also becomes routine. There's a ritual about this whole thing that I have to do.
Yeah, the ritual is the sacrifices that you've been causing all over the country, the frequent gun violence that you've been causing to promote this agenda that you've been doing, all right? So we know about your rituals, okay? Let's go back and see some other things that wasn't shown to some of my subscribers that we can look at Obama now. Let's go back and take a look as he comes in and he's introduced. See what we got.
It is with such great honor that I introduce to you the President of the United States, Barack Obama, and Vice President Joe Biden.
Watch Obama's ear. Watch this. Take a look at Obama's ear here. And we're going to get a good shot of it. Okay? This is the fakest holograph I've ever seen in my life. Okay? Lighten that up a little. There we go. Check it out. Check that ear out. Look at that. Look how fake that ear is. Do you see that thing just morph right in front of your face? It's weird. Look at that. Let's go back and look at that real quick. See it right there? Morph. Look at that. Did you see that? That is undeniable right there. Is that not undeniable? Look at the ear. Watch Obama's ear right here in the middle of the screen. Right here. Look at this. Watch this ear. Just keep your eye on this part of the ear, because this is the holograph. This outside part. All right? Watch that. Watch it morph right in front of your face. Did you see that? See it pop out right in front of your face in visible light, just like the holograph is supposed to do in light. That's what you're being fooled. There's no ear there. Look. There's nothing there. It's just a picture. Again, check it out. And watch it in real time too. Watch this. See if we can pick it up in real time. See how fast that was? Watch how fast that is. You see how it morphed? It's hard to catch that in real time, wasn't it? Let's go back a little further, see if we can catch it further. Back here. Check out his neck. See his little ear right there, the small one? Right there, that's his real ear right there. It blends into the hologram. See his holograph? The outside of all these draconians that are inside the White House right now. It's a reptilian only invitation here. Trust me. And I mean that. Look at this guy. He's the guy filming it, look. Now keep an eye on his ear. Watch this. See it pop out? Alright, let's play. Let's go ahead in the speech.
We understand there's some. How did we get here? How did we get to the place where people think requiring a comprehensive background check means taking away people's guns?
Because you sign executive amendments when people aren't looking. That's how we got here. All right, that's why we're even doing this. And the fact that you produce false flags on a weekly basis. Okay? And you continue to put the symbolism out there on CNN. And you continue to put the stats out there on CNN. And you continue to do the false flags. And you continue to beat on the conditioning of the minds of the American people. That's what you're doing. You can't make amendments to the Second Amendment. There is no amendment to a Constitution. Okay? The fact that you made amendments from the initial Constitution should have told people that there were going to be changes in the future. The word amend means to change or fix or to add. Do you understand that? We're not stupid anymore, all right? We see what the hell's going on. We understand that that Constitution and those amendments were put in there for a reason. So you could change this Constitution, but the Constitution and amendments don't go together, okay? That's a rule, a law. It's not an amendment, it's a rule. Okay, the Second Amendment isn't an amendment, it's second rule. Rule number 2. Okay, you will bear arms to protect yourself, especially against a tyrannical government like this guy is running.
Each time this comes up, we are fed the excuse that common sense reforms like background checks might not have stopped the last massacre or the one before that.
It never will if you're continuing to do them behind the scenes. That's the reality of this.
That. Or the one before that. So why bother trying? I reject that thinking.
That's why you continue to have these psyops. It's the same thing. It means the same to us. All right? These people in the White House are reptilian invitation. Okay? This isn't anybody. This isn't even representing the American people. So forget about that, Democrats, Republicans, whatever. Forget that. Okay? The people invited into this White House, they're not red and blue. They're green. Okay? Here we go.
We know we can't stop every act of violence, every act of evil in the world. But maybe we could try to stop one act of evil, one act of violence. Some of you may recall at the same time that Sandy Hook happened, a disturbed person in China took a knife and tried to kill with a knife a bunch of children in China.
So?
But most of them survived because he didn't have access to a powerful weapon.
All right, guys.
One person killed in a drive-by. On the 2 people killed in an act.
Let's go pick up, see if we can pick up where we left off here on the speech. See if I can find it. So you already see that this is just, like he said, a ritual. Okay, they go through this. They put it right in front of your face because they're not going to, it doesn't matter what you say or do anyway. It doesn't matter, they're going to do it. All right? Let's keep going and see if we find the rest of this speech here.
Just as we don't prevent all traffic accidents, but we take steps to try to reduce traffic accidents.
Yeah, well, we don't. That traffic accident had nothing to do with it, all right? Look, we don't. There's no. All right. A traffic. First of all, a driver's license isn't a right, right? Okay, we already know it's not really a right. I mean, it's your right to get one, but it's not their right to just give anybody one. So it's a privilege. That has nothing to do with your gun rights, man. You drivers, come on, man. They're just reaching for anything they can come up with.
As Ronald Reagan once said, if mandatory background checks could save more lives, it would be well worth making it the law of the land.
So?
The bill before Congress 3 years ago met that test. Unfortunately, too many senators failed theirs.
Look. Everything this guy is talking about is absolute opposite of what the hell's going on. I don't even know what he's saying right now. He's talking at his ass, okay? Because there's no possible way, and he knows it, that this is going to happen. All right, let's just keep going. Somebody held up an applause sign. This guy, he is a telepathic hand.
In fact, we know that background checks make a difference. After Connecticut passed a law requiring background checks and gun safety courses, gun deaths decreased by 40%. 40%.
I don't care. It has nothing to do with it.
Meanwhile, since Missouri repealed a law requiring comprehensive background checks and purchase permits, gun deaths have increased to an almost 50% higher than the national average. One study found, unsurprisingly, that criminals in Missouri now have easier access to guns. And the evidence tells us that in states that require background checks, law-abiding Americans don't find it any harder to purchase guns whatsoever. Their guns have not been confiscated, their rights have not been infringed. And that's just the information we have access to. With more research, we could further improve gun safety.
Let me translate that. With more research, with more false flags, and more bullshit put into the minds of the Americans, we can achieve this fake deception. That's what he meant.
Just as with more research, we've reduced traffic fatalities enormously over the last 30 years.
That's ridiculous. Who cares? What the hell's that got to do with this?
We do research when cars, food, medicine, even toys harm people so that we make them safer.
All right. Again, the cars, the toys, the food, the drugs, the guns don't harm people. People using them do. Okay? That's all there is to it. And the people that are killing everybody are fake deception, reptilians trying to pull off a fake-ass false flag every week to pass this stupid gun law. And let's just wrap it up. The gun law is going to be passed no matter what. Okay, there's an event coming. They know it. They're going to pull it off. They're going to cause martial law. They're going to kill lots of people. And they're going to take the guns at that time. And they want to make sure that you don't have any until that time comes. For the fake gun speech and gun control laws that are going to cripple America and cause a civil war, this is Joey Averidge. Have a great day and God bless all of us.